So what I probably want to see is something like this, trying to tackle these resistance lines and then possibly going higher, tackling the previous all-time high of $4,152, and then we'll walk towards $5,000. If we look at the daily, let's have a look at Bitcoin. It's not looking as bullish as other charts for other cryptocurrencies. So I like to use the Ichimoku cloud, which actually shows that we just broke below the cloud. And this is not the most bullish thing to happen on the daily. So the short-term trend for Bitcoin is not that great for the next 2 to 3 weeks. We're going to have to be able to break above the cloud again to enter into bullish territory for the daily time frame. Now, if we look at the weekly time frame, it's not looking too bad. We actually broke below several supports on the weekly. We broke below the 46,000 US dollar support. However, Bitcoin managed to break above or stay above the 35,000 US dollar support. So on the weekly, it's not looking too bad. That's like the midterm trend. It's still looking pretty good, but really depends on how this weekly candle is going to close. It's possible that Bitcoin trades between 35,000 and 46,000 over the next 2 weeks. And I really hope it manages to stay above this 35,000 support. If it breaks below this 35,000 US dollar support, it's very likely that we drop all the way down to $22,000. And that would be a very good accumulation range if you're holding. Now, I don't recommend trying to sell and buy back lower. That's always a very difficult strategy to do. However, if you're dollar cost averaging into the market, maybe consider buying some in this area here. Basically, anything in this area is probably a good accumulation range. Pretty awesome. Now, if we look at ETH USD, that's actually looking pretty good, even despite the correction that we had. It's actually looking a lot more bullish than Bitcoin. And I think the fundamentals behind Ethereum is a lot stronger than Bitcoin at the moment. Ethereum also had a crazy gain over the last few months, even since last year. So it's increased in value in relation to Bitcoin by a lot. So on the weekly, we're bullish. We're above the two support lines of $2,797 as well as $2,300. So this would be a pretty good accumulation range should the price drop down to these levels. And it is possible because very often you get a double bottom at a support line. So at the moment, we're going to have to see how this weekly candle closes, but it's possible that the price drops down slightly below this yellow box. So if you want to place some limit orders, that might be a good place to do it. Now, what is also pretty cool is if we look at the daily candles, we're actually still above this blue cloud, which means that on the daily time frame, Ethereum is still bullish. This is pretty good. The only thing that I'm not too happy about is that ETH is below these two support lines. These are now acting as a resistance. So the thing that I actually see for ETH for the next few days, I'd say for the next 2 weeks, is ETH actually trying to break above these resistance lines. So at $3,113 and $3,276. So these are the two resistance lines that ETH is going to be tackling in the next 2 weeks. Let me find my drawing too. So what I probably want to see is something like this, trying to tackle these resistance lines and then possibly going higher, tackling the previous all-time high of $4,152, and then we'll walk towards $5,000. Now, the reason why I'm pretty bullish on ETH is that there are massive updates coming towards the Ethereum blockchain in July this year. We've got the London hard fork, which brings the EIP 1559 improvement, and this should reduce the gas fees on Ethereum by quite a lot. Then at the end of the year, we've got the quick merge, which brings proof of work to proof of stake. And all of these are updates to make the Ethereum blockchain a lot more scalable, a lot cheaper, reduce the gas fees and so on. So you've got a thriving DeFi ecosystem on the Ethereum blockchain. However, the barriers to entry are pretty high for people with low funds due to the high gas fees. So all of these updates make Ethereum better, and the better Ethereum gets, the more people are going to use the dApps, and to use the dApps, they're going to have to buy ETH, and that will bring the price higher. And that's why, in my opinion, Ethereum, among many other smart contract blockchains, is poised to actually flip the Bitcoin market cap in the next few years, because it brings a lot more use cases to the table than just acting as a store of value. All right, let's continue with ADA USD. Pretty bullish on ADA. There are a lot of things, updates that are happening to the Cardano ecosystem that I'm really looking forward to. So first of all, let's look at the charts. On the weekly, it's looking really bullish. We've got this massive wick, and kudos to people that managed to buy the dip yesterday as the ADA price dropped all the way down to 92 cents on Binance. So anyone that had some limit buy orders here, like, hats off to you. You really deserved it. And this candle is actually looking really bullish. So I hope that this candle here closes above the support line of $1.76. And that would be pretty bullish. Now for the Cardano ecosystem, I'm really excited about everything that's coming onto Cardano in terms of DeFi projects. The smart contract should launch July, August of this year. Very bullish about that. And I'm pretty sure that's going to be a catalyst for even more growth for the ADA asset, but also for any kind of projects that are running on the Cardano ecosystem. For the daily, it's also looking really crispy. Very nice price action. So here we actually broke above the support line, $1.71. I just want this candle here to close above $1.72. Then that's going to be really nice, and we can see other candles possibly moving towards this $2.29 range. So this is looking really good. Cardano is looking very bullish, especially when looking at other smart contract blockchains. I just keep on hodling and wait for new highs and make sure that you exit your position. Yeah, and take some profits. Taking profits is really important, as you realized what can happen in a matter of just a few hours. Your gains can dwindle away. So if you haven't already, make sure you watch this video of mine. Kieran, let's see if I can find it. Take profits. This is a really important video. I don't really see many people talking about this. This is one that I made 1 year ago, and this is an updated one with a lot more information. I highly recommend that you watch this video. It's got timestamps. It's pretty long, 16 minutes. And make sure that you actually look at that, because not a lot of people actually take profits or think about taking profits. And I cannot stress this enough. Most people are probably going to be wrecked during the bear market because they never really thought about how they're going to take profits during this bull run. Hodling for 10 years is possible, but I prefer to then buy back during the bear market with a certain amount of cash. Yeah, let's have a look at Matic. I'm a pretty big fan of the Matic token. It's given some pretty good gains. They rebranded to Polygon. The basic rule for using the Ichimoku cloud is that you should always follow the trend. Do not try and trade against the trend. As long as the trend is bullish, you should only be hodling. And Matic is looking really bullish. The trend is above, the price charts are above the cloud, which means it's really bullish. And the thing is, with the Matic token, it's probably going to follow the same footsteps as ETH. On the Polygon blockchain, which is a layer 2, it's pretty cool. You can actually transact and use DeFi with low fees and high transactions per second. I've also made a few videos talking about different dApps on Polygon. And the thing is, like, in order to use the Polygon network, you're going to have to buy Matic tokens. So it's like the fuel that you have to put into a car in order to run the car. So not only are you investing into the growth of the platform in terms of users, but you're basically buying the fuel and then maybe at some point selling this fuel to other people that want to use the Polygon project. However, yeah, portfolio diversification is really important because that means that you can always gain from some pumps and then put it into tokens that haven't pumped yet and then just diversify. So for example, if Matic does like a 3x in the matter of a few hours or days, there's very often a correction that happens afterwards. So like taking like 10% of profit and then maybe putting it into ETH or ADA or other coins that you've got and then distributing it, you're going to have the best possible average return for your portfolio. So I know that some people have had crazy returns on their portfolios, and I'm definitely not the best there, but I think my portfolio since the last year has done 3,390% returns. So I'm pretty happy with that. And that outpaced the cryptocurrency market. I think the cryptocurrency market just did, I think, around 800%. And yeah. So I'm pretty happy with that. Diversifying, not being married to a certain token is a good strategy. Be married to your portfolio and not just one certain token. Don't try and go all in into one token. Make sure you've got certain hedges. If one token or project should fail, another one should basically go up. So on one hand, Cardano is my ETH hedge and ETH is my Cardano hedge and so on. Even though I believe both are going to go up. It's like a kind of security, safety. Don't believe the hype, the FUD. Maybe stay away from social media, Reddit, where everyone is going like, oh, this is the end of the bull run, blah, 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 blah. If you cannot stomach 40% losses, you don't deserve 1,000% gains. That's basically it. These corrections are going to separate the real chance from the paper-handed weaklings. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how this is gonna continue. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll catch you in the next one. Have a good one. Bye bye.